beautiful people, and happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. It's your girl, Milagros here, and I have been on vacation for 2 weeks, and it was magical and marvelous, and I hope you also gave yourself plenty of downtime. And we have to find pockets of downtime, not just in our days, but in our weeks, in our months, and in our year, where we really get to disconnect from the things that are pulling at us so that we can recharge, regenerate, relax, rejuvenate, all the words, right? In order to come back so that we can continue to give from our overflow and not give from a place of depletion. Okay, so anyways, that's not what we're talking about today though. Next week, we are going back to school, and for a lot of people, this week was the going back to school. Generally, the mark right after Labor Day is the mark where people consider the going back to the grind, going back into the fall, going back into school, going back into college, or whatever it is. And a lot of times with all the changes that are happening and the shifting in the schedule, people start to get really stressed out by the craziness of their calendars, right? Including myself. There are times where I have a lot of things going on all at the same time. And so I have to make sure that I'm taking care of myself first and foremost so that I can continue to not just give from my overflow, but to live and move through the spaces of my life in a way that's fun and enjoyable and fulfilling and feels good, right? So the first thing that I'm going to recommend for us getting ready to get back to the schedule, or being that we're already, for some people, their families are already getting back to the schedule, is to make sure, first and foremost, that you are carving out intentional time to take care of yourself, whatever that looks like and means for you. And it's different for everybody. So that's the first suggestion. My second suggestion is to make sure that you are intentionally carving out time to take care of your body, because you need this body to run that schedule and to do all the things that you need to do. And that could look like healthier eating. That could look like making sure that you're getting exercise and movement. It could look like yoga. It could look like meditation. It can look like all of those things, a combination of those things, or completely different things. Just please, please, please make sure you're taking care of your body. And then the third one is this. This is my pet peeve. My personal, Maria's pet peeve is when people complain about the things in their lives that they created or permitted, right? And sometimes I catch myself complaining about the things in my life that I've permitted. And this is when I had to realize that there's this challenge, like try to go 3 days without complaining, try to go a week, try to go a month, right? So I've done these challenges before, and they're really great if you can get through them. And every time you mess up, you have to start all over. Well, here's the thing. I realized that for me, it's not just about taking on the challenge and saying, I'm not going to complain. I have to almost replace mentally complaining with something else. So I decided that I was going to replace complaining with acknowledging choice. So where there's complaint, I have to acknowledge that I made a choice. I made a choice that led me to this moment, or to this thing, or to this event, or to this whatever. I made a choice, which is why this thing is a part of my life. And so if I don't want to participate in this, I have to make a different choice. And if I do, then I need to stop complaining, acknowledge the choice, and then find ways to have fun, find ways to do that, find ways to do it in a way that is enjoyable, that is fulfilling, that is all of those things, because I made a choice. That's the number one thing that I have for you today, is to make sure that you are constantly acknowledging that you have a choice. And when we do that, when we acknowledge that we have a choice, we change the narrative in our minds, because then it doesn't feel like, oh, I have to do this task, or like, oh my God, I have all these chores. It's, I get to do these tasks. I get to participate in these things. I chose to bring all these clothes into my house, which means that I also have to choose to do laundry, or to bring them to the dry cleaner, right? I chose to bring that pet into my home, which means that I also choose to take that pet for a walk, or to change that kitty litter, or to take care of that animal. We have to acknowledge the fact that we are making choices. And when we do that consistently, we start to, make better choices, because we start to hold ourselves accountable. There's something really magical that happens in taking responsibility, because it also provides us with freedom to either, again, make different choices, or to acknowledge that we did make that choice for a very real reason, and there's a benefit or payoff. So then we're going to follow through with a different mindset, which is really powerful, and it's also empowering, right? So again, as we're moving into the schedule, as we're reminding ourselves that we're going back into the cray-cray of the life of the busy, 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 One, you have to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, making room to take care of yourself. And then two, you have to constantly acknowledge that you have a choice. When we don't acknowledge that we have a choice, we act as though we're victims to life and life circumstances, and that's just not true. There's this great quote by Eckhart Tolle where he says, when you complain, you make yourself a victim. Leave the situation, change the situation, or accept it. All else is madness. And I'm down for some like Jack Sparrow kind of madness, but when it comes to creating unnecessary drama, chaos, and struggle in my life, yeah, I'm not there anymore. I'm over all of that. So that's what I have for you today. I hope that this was beneficial, and if you know someone who can benefit from it, go ahead and share this video. Otherwise, if you have anything that you want to share or any comments or any questions, please put them in the comments below and let's talk about it. Let's open up some dialogue around this so that we can, again, start changing our narrative about how we tell the story of our life. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, because when you subscribe, you get more content and you get notifications that a new video has been posted, so that you can make sure you're getting these all the time, every Wednesday, getting your little nugget to hold on to kind of work through to get to that next level of growth and personal development. Because when we take the time to make sure that we're healthier and happier, we're better for everyone that we love and everything that we do. And that is super sparkly everything. Super sparkly everything. Super sparkly everything. So that's all I have for you. I hope you have a great rest of your week, a fantastic weekend, and I hope your days are filled with super sparkly everything. Peace.